Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to cut an onion without crying. I know it sounds impossible, but let's take this adventure together a little bit and I'm going to show you how it's done. So first I'm going to show you how to clean the onion and how to cut it initially, but why you cry is because inside of the onion is sulfides, and when you're pushing down on the layers it gets as moisture in the air and then it goes into your eyes. So what you want to do is try and avoid that, so a sharp knife and proper techniques will stop that from happening. So first you want to cut this layer off. Put my camera like this so you can see better. You're cutting both ends first, and I'm going to be showing you two different techniques actually to how you do this. The first one is the classic technique, and the second one is more what I learned on the job from my own experiences. I tend to go to the second technique more, so if I screw up a little bit, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. So the goal, you're keeping one end whole, you're cutting from one side, and then you're going to slice in the middle. So it's going to make contrary points, and then once you cut, it's going to make perfect cubes. So how do you do that? Let me see. Put it a little bit closer to me. Okay, good view. So you're cutting in here, and remember the tip of your knife is more towards the bottom, and you want to keep this whole so it doesn't break. So the ends are the hardest part. You're also going to take your finger here and you're going to push this way. It gives cleaner cuts. Keep in mind of your thumb when you're cutting. I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. See, that one I cut a little bit thick, but okay, I'm almost done, and there you go. Now that part's done. Now go to the side like so. I should have removed the most superficial layer here, but it's fine for the video. So watch here. I'm not going all the way to the end. I'm going almost to the end. You might have to throw away the end, or you cut it down the other way, but there's always a way somewhere. So now, this is the final step. There's 3 steps to this. Step 1, step 2, and now step 3 like this. So, using your finger to guide, you're going to slice. Remember, this is the bottom. You can slice it like this. If your knife is sharp enough, that will give you the most accurate. Or, your knife down, and you're doing the train wheels technique, like I said. So remember, that's how a train wheels go with the pistons. You're kind of going like that. Wow, look at these cuts. So I've done a lot better in my day. Like I said, I don't normally do this technique, but okay, that's technique number 1. That's the way classically you're going to be told. Now, technique number 2, it's almost the same, except you're not going like this, like this, and like this. You're just slicing it and you're cutting it, so it's 1 step less. So how I do it, I slice it this way. If it's thin enough, it won't be much disturbance. If not, you can take your finger and you're going to push this way so it doesn't fall over. You want it to keep the shape as much as possible. As you can see, it's not moving anywhere. That's what I want. Okay. Now, you can do this with your knife, or you can do this with your hand. I'm going to do it with my hand. I'm pushing this way. See, so it's flat, so it's like, you see all the layers like this? Notice, I'm not crying, right? Because the sulfides are not being released. When you're cutting and you're not pressing, there's a lot less that go in the air. Watch. Nothing. There's nothing. So, that's step 1. Step 2. You're going to be cutting this way. Like this. And that way you're going to have the same squares, but a lot less work, at least in my opinion. So you just have to be a little bit more careful. You're being a bit more careful not to move the onions. Because once you move the positioning, you're not going to have your perfect squares anymore. But I prefer this technique way more than the other one. Because for me, I have a lot more control over it. Check that out, guys. My cubes actually are a lot smaller. I'm going to try and show you a little better. This is the first technique. Right here. Where's my finger? Right here. And there's the second one. You're going to see it's a lot finer, right? So, that concludes the video on how to cut onions and not cry. Number 1, safety. Please be careful. Do bigger cuts. And when you get more and more accustomed to doing it, you can go smaller and smaller and smaller. This is amazing for risottos, where you need the moisture. Cutting like this, you're going to have a lot more liquid in the onion, so that flavor will be there. I thank you all for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I really hope that you could sub if you like it very much, and do a like button. Check out all the other videos below, and we will build this community together. You guys tell me what you want to see, and I will do it for you. I am much appreciative of you guys being here. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.